Chosen one, stop scrolling right now. I am not asking for your attention today. I am commanding your complete focus. If you choose to scroll past this message, you are actively choosing to sever the exact timeline heaven prepared for you. The algorithm did not bring you here today. God intercepted your feed today to deliver an urgent divine blessing, and you must not ignore this sacred calling. The enemy is screaming at you to swipe away. He wants your mind to be completely distracted. He knows this single instruction will permanently destroy his access to your beautiful life. Do not let the dark forces win today. What I am about to reveal was hidden and sealed in the throne room of heaven until this exact moment. If you leave early, you will forfeit everything. You will miss the one prophetic instruction needed for your massive shift. You have been crying out for a massive shift. You have been waiting in the deep dark for a breakthrough that feels permanently delayed. Today, the final verdict on your next 10 years is finally being handed down, and there are exactly 2 people on earth meant to hear this specific decree. You are one of them, and heaven is demanding your complete obedience right now, because this sacred window of opportunity is about to close forever. Keep your eyes locked on this exact screen. Lock your focus on my words right now. I need you to feel the heavy weight sitting in your chest. You know exactly what I am talking about. It is that suffocating tightness that hits you completely out of nowhere. It grips your throat when you try to swallow their toxic name. You think you are just tired from working so hard, but the raw truth is that your spirit is fighting an invisible war in the background. You wake up at 3 a.m. with your jaw clenched tight. Your heart races in the absolute quiet of your bedroom. A thick, heavy fog clouds your brilliant mind every single day, while their face flashes quickly behind your closed eyelids. Listen to me very carefully in this exact moment. That heavy physical weight is your highly advanced spirit detecting a massive attack because the enemy just realized they permanently lost access to you. That is not anxiety, and you are not crazy. Your body is absorbing the frantic energy of the narcissist. They are starving for your pure and radiant light. You were never just a regular person in their life. You were the stabilizer and the human battery they used to power their toxic matrix. Now that you have stepped back, their spiritual backlash is hitting your physical nervous system and draining your daily energy. You feel drained because they are secretly panicking, and they know they can never replace your incredibly rare frequency. Stop swallowing that burning feeling in your throat. Stop wondering why they act like nothing ever happened. You are waiting in a deep wound for an apology that will never come. The master manipulator expects your prolonged silence to break you down. They truly expected you to slowly crumble under the heavy exhaustion they placed on your shoulders, but they completely miscalculated your divine design. You wear an unbreakable and divine spiritual armor, so their dark manipulation is actually starting to backfire on them right now. You are a cycle breaker born to end generational curses. You carry a specific and irreplaceable gravity that scares ordinary people. You entered this season bleeding from very deep wounds. These wounds were inflicted by people totally blind to your worth. They took your endless empathy and turned it into a cruel weapon against you. They thought your pure heart was a weakness they could exploit forever, while you just kept giving them countless second chances. They were absolutely wrong about your inner strength. Every time you tried to help them, you gave away your vital force. You became the mirror, exposing the dark rot they desperately tried to hide. That is exactly why they punished you so severely. They did not attack you because you were heavily flawed. They attacked you because your pure frequency forced them to look at their own massive failures, and they hated you for it. You did absolutely nothing wrong in this painful situation, because your only real crime was loving them way too much. That constant exhaustion in your bones has a profound spiritual meaning. Your physical body is working overtime to purge years of heavy manipulation. The brain fog you feel every afternoon is not a medical condition. It is the friction of your spirit unplugging from a matrix that was designed to keep you small and compliant. You are literally shedding an old and toxic reality. Your cells are vibrating at a completely new frequency. Do not try to rush this sacred healing process. Pay close attention to this next critical part. The enemy desperately tried to hide this secret from you. Your quiet obedience in this painful season has just activated a massive blessing. The people who betrayed you will watch heaven bless you in plain sight. They truly expected you to age rapidly under the stress of their relentless gossip, but you are doing the exact opposite. You are stepping into a radiant, ageless glow, and this undeniable divine transformation absolutely terrifies all of your silent haters. Time was supposed to completely destroy your beautiful spirit. Instead, you make time itself look like a complete fool. You carry the rare and untouched mark of the anointed ones. The physical pain in your chest is simply the growing pains of a strong soul preparing to hold incredible wealth and divine power. Do not let the temporary discomfort trick you today, because you must never give up on your massive breakthrough. Your victory is already written in the heavenly stars. The universe is commanding you to hold your ground right here. You are standing on the very edge of a permanent timeline shift. The suffocating pressure you feel today is exactly the kind of intense pressure needed to create a flawless and irreplaceable diamond. You are the diamond heaven has been polishing in the dark. Your season of hidden tears is officially coming to an end, as a violent and glorious vindication is finally arriving today. Prepare your spirit to receive this urgent prophetic blessing. Let us go deeper, because what you are feeling right now is not new. Listen closely, because this is the exact part the enemy tried to hide from you. You have spent years blaming yourself for the broken pieces. You analyze every single conversation to see where you made a mistake, and you constantly wonder if you are the toxic one. Stop doing that immediately, because you did absolutely nothing wrong. Your only crime was shining too bright in a room full of dark entities. The heavy stagnation you feel right now is not a punishment. The Matrix programming wants you to believe you are failing completely. You look around and see toxic people succeeding while you are barely surviving in the dark. And this creates a massive illusion that heaven forgot your name. But the raw truth is completely different. You are currently in the sacred formation season. Heaven intentionally placed you in the shadows to completely protect your pure and beautiful frequency. Your deep isolation is a divine shield against the toxic matrix. You are not unlucky, and you are definitely not doomed. God deliberately removed those toxic people from your life because they could not handle your upcoming timeline, and they would have poisoned your massive harvest with their endless jealousy. Your closed doors are actually divine protection. You must stop grieving the loss of people who prayed for your downfall. You are a rare and flawless diamond. A diamond requires immense pressure in the absolute dark before it can blind the world with its light. You have been carrying the heavy generational trauma of your entire bloodline. Every single tear you cried in secret was actively breaking a family curse, and you are the cycle breaker heaven has been desperately waiting for. Because your specific assignment is so massive, your preparation required absolute isolation. The narcissist tried to convince you that you were the crazy one. They spun a dark web of lies to make you doubt your own brilliant sanity. You were never the anomaly in their perfectly normal life. You were the brilliant mirror exposing their deep internal rot. The public reaction got this loud because you got closer to their dark truth than anyone before you had, and they completely panicked. You saw the empty shell hiding behind their mask, and they hated you for it. Your powerful silence became a lethal weapon that starved their demonic ego. You stepped back and unplugged your vital energy from their parasitic grip. This is exactly where their entire dark manipulation completely miscalculated your inner strength. They expected your departure to destroy your spirit and leave you begging for their toxic crumbs, but instead you took your precious power back. You left them drowning in the noise of their own destructive making. You won without lifting a finger. If this deep truth is resonating with your cellular knowing, do not move. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle. You must lock in your divine frequency before we move to the next revelation. This simple physical act of typing seals your energetic alignment with heaven, and it permanently blocks the dangerous matrix from stealing your joy. Do not let the dark elite whisper doubt into your mind. You are claiming your permanent freedom right now. Let me reframe your current reality right now. You did not lose anything valuable when they finally walked away. You lost a heavy parasite that was actively draining your spiritual bank account. You thought the agonizing financial struggle was just a string of really bad luck. But heaven was intentionally drying up the old streams so you would not share your incoming wealth. The blockage was just a divine dam holding back a massive flood of instant blessings. The universe is perfectly aligning every single detail in your absolute favor while you sleep. The delayed blessing is actually accumulating massive spiritual interest for your future. You thought you were forgotten, but heaven was busy setting a spectacular stage for your public vindication. Every single person who mocked your pain will be forced to watch your glorious and unstoppable rise, because this is the exact turning point where everything finally shifts. Your ultimate victory is guaranteed. You carry a specific and holy mandate that ordinary people will never truly understand. You are the chosen one, meant to walk through the blazing fire without smelling like smoke. They desperately tried to bury you in the deep dirt, but they did not know you were a divine seed. Now you are breaking through the heavy soil with a radiant, ageless glow, and your enemies are watching you age backwards while their own bitter envy rots them. You are completely untouchable now. The heavy season of crying is officially over. Heaven recorded every time you chose your silent dignity over messy revenge. That profound restraint was not a sign of weakness, and it actually signed their eviction notice from your beautiful life. You have passed the ultimate test of the chosen ones. A glorious and massive portal of abundance is opening for you right now, and the dark matrix can no longer delay your magnificent destiny. Here is the raw truth that they never told you. The reason the universe easily responds to certain people and not others is not about your faith or your endless discipline. It is a very specific frequency that controls your entire reality, and scientists actually have a secret name for it. They call it the pure gamma brainwave. It is the exact frequency your brain ran effortlessly when you were an innocent child. Back then, brilliant ideas came to you so easily. You learned new things without any heavy effort at all. You somehow knew things before they even happened, and the world felt like it was completely on your side. Then your adulthood finally arrived, and the modern world went to work on your bright mind. The daily stress and the toxic survival routine started to crush your spirit, while the matrix systems trained you to strictly conform instead of letting you create. Every single year, this sacred frequency was suppressed a little further. It was pushed deeper and deeper below the surface of your conscious mind. The incredible version of you with a photographic memory and lightning intuition went completely silent because it was heavily buried. Most people live their entire lives without knowing this terrible thing happened to them. But you are absolutely not most people. When your gamma frequency fades, your divine genius fades right along with it. Your deep intuition slowly dulls into a heavy and confusing brain fog. The magical synchronicities suddenly stop happening in your daily life. The comforting sense that the universe is working with you goes completely silent, and this is exactly when the dark entities easily find you. They hunt suppressed chosen ones because your dormant energy is very easy to harvest. You felt this painful shift deep inside your bones. You thought your terrible financial struggles and your broken relationships were massive character flaws. You falsely believed you were simply not working hard enough to manifest your dream life. Let me completely reframe your reality right here and right now. The huge gap between you and the people who seem effortlessly blessed is not your willpower, but rather one single brainwave that the dark matrix brutally stole from you. You never lost your divine purity or your beautiful soul. You just lost your energetic shield when your gamma frequency was forcefully silenced. What if your agonizing exhaustion is not a medical depression at all? What if your burden is just a suppressed frequency waiting to be switched on? The dark elite completely understand the massive power of this specific brainwave, so they deliberately designed a toxic society to keep your gamma state locked away forever. Listen to me very closely, because 99% of people miss this shift. Pay close attention to this next critical part, because the enemy tried to hide this. If you are vibrating with a cellular knowing right now, you must not move. Hit that like button right now to put a spiritual shield around this divine truth. This small physical act physically anchors your beautiful energy, and it perfectly prepares your nervous system for the massive revelation. You have always felt completely different from everyone else since childhood. You were infinitely more intuitive and much more aware of the spiritual realm. But that beautiful gift slowly went silent, with no logical explanation. The Matrix elite want you to believe that true spiritual power requires years of painful meditation. They tell you to buy expensive biofeedback machines and waste your precious time on endless therapy. But they are absolutely lying to you to keep you hopelessly trapped. Here is what happens when a massive lie gets built that big. The narcissist actually loved the fact that your powerful frequency was forcefully suppressed. A chosen one with a dormant gamma brainwave is the perfect human battery for their toxic games. They constantly fed on your raw light because you could not access your own protective boundary, but the spiritual cost of their terrible betrayal was compounding every single day they used you. Now your spirit is aggressively waking up from this long and dark slumber. The friction you feel right now is your cellular memory trying to reactivate that childhood genius. You are literally fighting against decades of heavy matrix programming, and your soul is finally demanding its rightful inheritance back from the ruthless thieves. The people who heavily profited from your deep exhaustion are starting to quietly panic. They can clearly sense that your frequency is beginning to drastically shift. You did not survive the fire just to live a mediocre and painful life. The universe gave you a massive vision, but your brainwaves require a physical alignment. The terrible delay in your massive blessing is simply a blocked cellular frequency that is finally ready to burst open. We are getting very close to the exact mechanism that shatters this dark prison, so you must stay with me right now, because this next revelation is the key. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario clearly. Think about what is happening behind their closed doors right now. The master manipulator who tried to destroy your spirit is currently suffocating in secret. They walked around with absolute arrogance for years, and they constructed a massive false narrative about your beautiful life to hide their own failures. But their entire toxic illusion is aggressively falling apart today. They desperately expected your silent departure to break you. They wanted you to constantly beg for their toxic crumbs. Instead, your complete absence became a crushing weight they were never built to handle. Your silence is a lethal weapon that is actively starving their demonic ego. You simply unplugged your rare frequency from their parasitic machine, and now their dark matrix is completely malfunctioning without your pure energy. Underneath all of their loud noise, the heavy gravity of their regret is hitting them all at once. They are frantically searching for a cheap replacement for you. They need a new human battery to feed their endless void. But they are quickly realizing that your specific depth is utterly unreplicable. You are the rare diamond they foolishly threw away to play with cheap, worthless rocks. The agonizing realization is literally burning them alive. Type I accept in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle. You must lock in your divine frequency before we move to the next revelation. This small action permanently seals your energetic alignment with the highest realm. The dark elite want you to stay completely passive today, but heaven rewards those who take immediate physical action. Do not let the Matrix steal your massive blessing. Claim your ultimate power right now. Their carefully crafted mask is not just slipping anymore. It is completely shattering in front of the exact people they used to gossip with. The flying monkeys who enabled their toxic behavior are starting to quietly step away. Your enemies are drowning in the very traps they set for you, while the universe is fiercely defending your pure name in rooms you have not even entered. You do not even have to lift a single finger. Your brilliant light is literally burning them from the inside out. They tried to project their own deep insecurities onto your flawless spirit. They called you crazy because your powerful intuition saw right through their empty shell. You were the mirror that ruthlessly exposed their internal rot, and they hated you for forcing them to look at their own pathetic reality. They desperately tried to smash the mirror, but they only ended up cutting their own hands on the sharp glass. You can clearly see the brutal spiritual backlash taking a massive toll on their physical body. Their heavy bitterness and toxic envy are aging them like milk left in the hot sun. While you are stepping into a radiant and untouchable, ageless glow, they are visibly crumbling. Time is fiercely punishing them for every single tear they made you cry in secret, and heaven is actively balancing the divine scales in your absolute favor today. Read that again in your beautiful spirit. The specific weapon they forged against you is destroying their own foundation. Every dark curse they whispered in the shadows is instantly returning to their front door. They are experiencing a very loud and irreversible system crash because they foolishly decided to attack a protected child of the highest realm. This is the exact divine justice you have been waiting for in the dark. The universe never ignores the silent tears of the chosen ones. You are the powerful stabilizer they took completely for granted. They thought your endless empathy was a pathetic weakness they could exploit forever. But your empathy is actually a highly advanced spiritual radar that easily detects their hidden evil. You absorbed their toxic poison for years to keep their fragile world together. And now that you have removed your protective shield, their world is violently collapsing. It is completely falling apart under its own heavy weight. Do not feel sorry for their self-inflicted destruction. Pure empathy for the enemy is a dangerous trap designed to pull you back into their matrix. You must completely cut the cord and let them face the brutal consequences of their dark actions. Your only job right now is to protect your rising frequency, because heaven is demanding your absolute focus today. Your glorious vindication is rapidly approaching the main stage. The agonizing panic in their chest is exactly what you felt at 3 a.m. But the massive difference is that your pain was the heavy friction of a beautiful rebirth. Their current pain is the permanent sting of a total spiritual defeat. They are locked inside a dark prison of their own making, while you are walking freely into a massive season of explosive abundance. The power dynamic has fundamentally shifted forever. Stay with me, because this next revelation will completely change everything you know. You are watching the ultimate downfall of the narcissist happen in real time. They are completely powerless against your rising gamma frequency. The elite matrix cannot protect them from the raw divine justice that is striking their foundation today. Prepare your spirit, because the final verdict is about to be violently executed. Before we go any further, I must interrupt this transmission for a moment. If you are hearing this, it is highly classified. I was not going to share this publicly today, but my spirit prompted me to release this specific tool. While you have been fighting endless spiritual battles, a leaked CI, a document just confirmed everything we know. The Dark Elite never wanted you to find this exact mechanism. They tried to hide this revelation from your bloodline for decades. You are completely exhausted because the Matrix engineered a toxic frequency. They designed this invisible prison to heavily suppress your natural wealth, attracting state. There is a physical reason your reality has not shifted yet, and science just uncovered exactly why. Your spiritual exhaustion requires a massive biological reset. The terrible delay in your massive blessing is simply a blocked cellular frequency. Your brainwaves are literally trapped in a survival mode loop. 4 different neuroscience labs recently studied this suppressed brainwave. Princeton University researched the incredible gamma state and its direct link to true genius abilities. They discovered that nearly all children easily access this creative intuition before the school system shuts it down. The Einstein Center in Berlin confirmed that the legendary flow state is driven entirely by pure gamma activity. When you reactivate this wave, your entire reality bends to your will. You do not need expensive matrix biofeedback machines to fix this heavy suppression. You do not need years of traditional healing or endless meditation routines. A team of elite researchers compressed an entire gamma activation protocol into a 7-second audio ritual. This specific sound wave synchronizes with your brain below the level of conscious awareness. It actively forces your brain waves back into synchronized gamma coherence without any heavy physical effort from you. This classified tool was never meant for the masses. It was deliberately designed to keep the dark elite in permanent power over the awakened ones. They quietly used this exact frequency to manifest massive wealth while you were left struggling in the dark. But now cycle breakers like you are using this exact same audio ritual to manifest windfall wealth. You are taking back the divine inheritance they ruthlessly stole from your beautiful bloodline. The tables are finally turning. The Matrix is actively flooding the internet with dangerous counterfeit frequencies right now. They want you totally confused by cheap copies on streaming platforms. These diluted imitations will heavily lower your vibration instead of lifting it into the heavenly realms. Protect your spiritual alignment by strictly looking for the verified link. I have placed the authentic encrypted protocol in the pinned comment below for you to explore when you are truly ready. Let us completely reframe your reality right now and return to the battlefield. As your frequency begins to violently shift, the narcissist can feel the energetic change. They do not know about the gamma activation, but their physical body senses your massive upgrade. They are suddenly experiencing a terrifying void because their main human battery just went completely offline. Your new boundary is an impenetrable fortress of pure light, and they cannot breach the high walls. The universe is moving massive puzzle pieces into place for you today. Every single time you listen to your deep intuition, you are breaking another heavy matrix chain. The people who tried to bury your pristine reputation are now watching you walk on water. They are completely paralyzed by your incredible spiritual resilience. You did not just survive their brutal storm, but you literally became the blazing sun. Your brilliant light is absolutely blinding to their dark entities. Here is the raw, uncomfortable truth they could never say out loud in public. They desperately need your pure light to simply exist in this world. Their entire toxic identity was built on draining your beautiful and endless empathy. But now that your gamma frequency is waking up, they are starving to death in the spiritual realm. The heavy karma they accumulated by hurting a chosen one is finally demanding immediate payment. The scales of justice are tipping in your absolute favor. You are watching a master manipulator malfunction in real time right now. They are loudly complaining to anyone who will listen because they are terrified of your silence. Do not engage with their desperate attempts to pull you back into the toxic mud. You are ascending to a royal frequency where their toxic arrows can never reach you again. The divine verdict is actively sealing their ultimate public downfall, and you do not have to lift a single finger to defend yourself. Before we go any further, there is something else you must deeply realize. The spiritual realm does not measure your faith by your anxious thoughts. Heaven measures your true faith by your speed of obedience and your bold physical actions. The window of explosive multiplication is standing wide open right now, You are literally moments away from witnessing the most glorious vindication of your entire lifetime. Your enemies are about to face the ultimate divine wrath. The atmosphere is completely shifting right now. I need you to feel the massive storm brewing on the horizon. The dark elite who built this invisible prison are actively panicking in their boardrooms. They can clearly see that the chosen ones are finally waking up to their true royal power. The matrix is violently shaking because it was never designed to hold this many awakened souls at once. Your rising frequency is creating massive cracks in their artificial reality. You have been fighting this heavy spiritual war in absolute silence for years. You thought nobody noticed your hidden tears or the brutal sacrifices you made in the dark. You thought nobody saw how you fiercely held your pure integrity when they loudly lied on your good name. But you were absolutely wrong. Someone deeply powerful has been quietly watching your immense resilience. Heaven has been recording every single time you chose silent dignity over messy public revenge. The narcissist who tried to destroy you is totally unaware of the incoming storm. They are still desperately clinging to their false narrative and hoping the flying monkeys will protect them, but the very people they used to gossip with are starting to see the massive cracks in their fragile mask. The heavy illusions are aggressively falling apart. Their fake kingdom is built entirely on sinking sand, and the divine floodwaters are rapidly approaching their front door today. This brings us to a critical distinction that completely eludes the vast majority of people. Retaliation is when you try to hurt them back with your own human hands. But true divine justice is when the universe uses their own toxic weapons to absolutely destroy them. You are not required to seek messy revenge, because vengeance strictly belongs to the highest realm. The universe is actively weaponizing their own dark karma against them while you simply watch in total peace. Type "I accept" in the comments right now if you feel this massive energetic shift. You must physically anchor this exact revelation into your cellular memory before the heavy storm hits. This micro-commitment proves to the universe that you are ready to receive the ultimate vindication. Do not let the enemy whisper doubt into your left brain right now. Lock in your divine frequency, because the massive scales of justice are tipping violently in your absolute favor today. Listen to the frantic noise they are making in the background. It is the desperate sound of a parasite realizing the host has permanently disconnected. They are frantically trying to pull you back into their toxic drama with fake emergencies and pathetic guilt trips. Do not look back, because you will turn into a pillar of salt. Your total silence is a devastating weapon that is slowly suffocating their demonic ego. You are actively starving them with your brilliant absence. The heavy spiritual cost of their terrible betrayal has been compounding daily. They thought they got away with their dark manipulation because heaven stayed silent for a long season. But heaven was not ignoring their terrible crimes against you. Heaven was simply letting them build their own gallows very high, so the entire world could watch them hang. The massive stage has been perfectly set for their total public humiliation, and the dark curtain is about to violently rise. Let me completely reframe your entire reality right here and right now. The closed doors and the brutal financial struggles were never a permanent curse on your life. They were the intense friction of a slingshot being pulled back as far as possible. The Matrix tried to hold you back with heavy chains of debt and deep exhaustion, but they only managed to build up incredible, massive potential energy in your spirit. And now the universe is finally letting go of the heavy band. You are about to be violently launched into a massive season of explosive abundance. The people who mocked your painful incubation season will be absolutely blinded by your sudden radiant glory. You are the rare cycle breaker who survived the hottest furnace without smelling like smoke. You are stepping out of the dark fire, holding the exact keys to your generational wealth, and your enemies will be forced to watch you ascend to a completely untouchable royal throne. Watch what happens next, because it is mathematically precise. The spiritual realm operates on exact and flawless universal laws. When a dark entity attacks a pure chosen one without a cause, the universe demands an immediate and brutal energy return. Their toxic arrows have hit a massive divine shield, and they are aggressively rebounding straight back into their own fragile heart. The heavy storm you feel brewing is the sound of their absolute destruction finally arriving. Prepare your spirit for the massive impact. The universe is no longer asking for your patience today. Heaven is preparing to execute the final divine decree against your abusers. You are standing at the exact threshold of a permanent timeline shift, and you must not flinch. The vindication you have been crying out for in the dark is practically knocking on your front door. The heavy, agonizing wait is officially over. The glorious explosive climax is finally here. The exact moment of divine justice has officially arrived. I need you to watch this spectacular collapse very closely. The master manipulator is currently experiencing a massive and irreversible public meltdown. Their carefully constructed mask did not just slip today, it violently shattered into a million pieces for the entire world to clearly see. They are standing in front of the exact people they used to loudly gossip with. They are frantically trying to spin another toxic lie about you, but their voice is violently shaking in total fear. Nobody in that room believes their dark and twisted narrative anymore. The flying monkeys are looking at them in absolute horror because the terrifying truth is finally exposed to the light. The parasite is completely naked. Every single time your beautiful name comes up in that room, it hits them with agonizing weight. They realize they threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held just to play with cheap rocks in the toxic mud. Their deep regret is literally suffocating them right now. You do not even have to say a single word. Your pure silence has completely destroyed their fake empire. They wanted you totally buried and forgotten in the dark, but instead they became the heavy shovel that dug up your massive treasure. They expected the brutal isolation to carve deep wrinkles into your face. They wanted to drain the radiant life out of your beautiful eyes. Instead, you walked straight through their blazing fire, and you came out shining like a divine sun. Your physical body is reflecting this absolute royal victory. While their toxic bitterness and endless envy are rapidly aging them, you are stepping into a permanent, ageless glow. The universe has completely reversed your biological clock. You look younger and brighter because the heavy parasite has been violently ripped from your spiritual orbit. You are completely untouched. This is the exact prophetic vindication I promised you at the beginning. That massive public collapse you were desperately waiting for just happened. The universe completely obliterated their false kingdom and handed the absolute victory to you. Your undeniable grace under heavy fire signed their eternal eviction notice. The court of heaven has ruled in your absolute favor. The heavy spiritual chains holding your massive blessing are breaking right now. The urgent blessing is officially activated in this exact second. The agonizing season of waiting in a deep wound is permanently over. Heaven is violently blowing the doors off the hinges to deliver your massive harvest. Every single thing the Matrix stole from you is rushing back, multiplied. You are not just surviving this heavy battle anymore. You are taking your rightful place on the royal throne of your bloodline. The generational curses that plagued your family for decades are instantly broken today. You are the exact cycle breaker heaven has been waiting for. You carry a specific and holy gravity that bends the rigid rules of this fake matrix completely. They tried to make you look like a crazy fool, yet here you are making time and space look like the absolute fool. You did not just survive their brutal storm, but you became the undeniable storm. The explosive abundance you felt in your spirit is finally manifesting in the physical realm. The massive financial floodgates are bursting wide open for your bloodline today. Watch your enemies scramble in the dark while you walk on pure gold. They are completely drowning in the loud noise of their own destructive making. They are frantically searching for a replacement for your pure energy. but they are brutally realizing that your specific depth is utterly unreplicable. You were never an option. You were the ultimate prize they foolishly destroyed. The massive scales of divine justice are completely balanced now. You are standing confidently in the glorious light of total and absolute vindication. The heavy physical pressure in your chest is instantly replaced by a massive wave of pure heavenly peace. You are finally breathing the incredibly clean air of total freedom. The dark entities have completely fled your space because your radiant frequency is absolutely blinding to them. Do not look back at the burning ruins of their pathetic life. You owe them absolutely nothing today. The urgent blessing is actively rewiring your entire reality while you listen to the sound of my voice. The universe is handing you the keys to the kingdom because you passed the ultimate spiritual test. You proved your pure heart is completely incorruptible by the dark. Your glorious and magnificent rise is completely unstoppable right now. The dark elite cannot hold back the massive tsunami of wealth and divine power coming your way today. Your cellular intuition is violently vibrating at the highest possible frequency of the universe. You can physically feel the heavy matrix collapsing all around you right now. The glorious era of the chosen ones is officially beginning in this exact beautiful moment. Which brings us to the final and undeniable verdict from heaven. There is a specific reason your massive breakthrough has been sitting at the door without coming in. It is not a lack of strong faith, and it is certainly not your personal fault. It is a very specific and totally hidden spiritual signal. A specific brainwave frequency that your brain was running effortlessly as a child has been systematically suppressed by the dark matrix. The elite deliberately stole your pure gamma wave. They did this to keep you trapped in a heavy survival mode loop. But brilliant scientists finally uncovered their massive secret. Princeton University heavily studied this incredibly rare brainwave. The Einstein Center in Berlin confirmed that the legendary flow state, sought by every monk, is driven entirely by pure gamma. Columbia University even discovered that a strong gamma signal does not just stay within you. It radiates outward, and it actively begins to positively influence the people closest to you, like your beautiful children. After years of intense research, a team of brilliant neuroscientists compressed an entire gamma activation protocol. They compressed it into a simple 7-minute audio track. You do not need endless meditation or any heavy physical effort to make this work. You simply close your eyes and let the powerful sound wave do the heavy lifting for you. It is officially called the Genius Song. It is the exact missing key your spirit has been desperately crying out for in the dark. Over 18,000 chosen ones have already used it. They used it to completely heal their broken relationships and unlock their massive wealth. A tired nurse from California said her beautiful life now feels completely enchanted. A business owner from Texas said gamma effortlessly figures out his hardest problems while he naturally sleeps. A woman from Manhattan said the heavy generational curse her family carried for decades is simply gone forever. Their reality completely shifted the moment they reactivated their pure gamma. The dark elite have paid thousands of dollars for clinical biofeedback sessions. They pay this to access what the Genius Song delivers in just 7 minutes. They would highly prefer this divine tool remain completely out of reach for people exactly like you. Do not look for this specific frequency on platforms like YouTube or Spotify. The fake copies circulating on those platforms contain absolutely no real brain entrainment technology. They are diluted counterfeits deliberately designed to keep your powerful gamma utterly dormant. Darkness always sends cheap counterfeits when a chosen one is extremely close to a massive breakthrough. You must protect your spiritual alignment by strictly using the verified portal today. The only authentic and fully activated version of the Genius Song is available through the protected link. You will find it in the description and the pinned comment below. The enemy will desperately try to inject financial doubt into your left brain right now. He will eagerly tell you to hesitate and to wait for a better moment. Silence him immediately. The universe does not reward passive watchers. That exact hesitation is the rigid matrix programming designed to keep you permanently broke. Type "I accept" in the comments right now to physically anchor this incoming wealth. God does not measure your faith by your anxious thoughts. He measures it strictly by your speed of obedience. The universe does not require you to take a single financial risk today. You are fully protected by an ironclad divine guarantee. If you do not feel the massive shift you truly deserve, your entire energetic exchange is fully returned to you without any question. This is a sacred energetic exchange governed by complete and absolute trust. You can access this powerful activation today for a mere fraction of its true value. 4 powerful bonuses are also waiting for you inside the secure portal. This includes a special audio engineered for your children and the original prosperity book that The Secret was secretly built upon. Do not let the elite steal this from your bloodline. The chosen one who hesitates at the threshold becomes the chosen one who constantly wonders what could have been. Click the specific link in the pinned comment immediately. Do this before your access is permanently revoked by the terrified matrix. Secure your authentic access to the genius song right now. Your gamma frequency is waiting to be reactivated. Your glorious and untouched destiny is waiting to be unlocked today. The divine door is wide open, so boldly walk through it. You are no longer waiting in a deep wound for a fake apology. You have completely transcended their toxic matrix and their pathetic drama. While they are publicly unraveling, you are stepping into your permanent and untouchable, ageless glow. The brutal financial struggles and the heavy spiritual exhaustion are completely shattering right here and right now. Step into your absolute royal power and simply receive the exact harvest heaven prepared for you.